Hello, welcome to a Lecenté video. I am the FingerNailFixer, and I'm thrilled and honored to be the first guest artist that they've asked to create some Lecenté tutorial videos. I'm sure you'll be shocked to know I'm working with CND Shellac. However, Lecenté is made for the professional. It's amazing quality with a precision cut that doesn't bleed, so you can actually use it with any product. I'm going to start off using 3 of the amazing Stardust glitters. They're so fine and so beautiful to work with. I'm going to start off with Constellation and just kind of tap it on 1/3 of the nail. And you can do this in any order that you like if you have a preference, instead of starting with the same one that I did. I'm going to take a little bit of Galaxy, and I'm just using a dry gel brush to just place some of that Galaxy throughout the center of the nail. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of Milky Way. And this one I'm really just going to press to make sure I've got good coverage all over the entire nail and that no spots have been missed. Once that's really pressed in, when I come in and just burnish it to lay the glitter down smooth to the nail. Burnish is just a fancy word for rub it in circles. So I'm just going in and rubbing it everywhere to make sure everything is laid down nice and smooth. And then I'm going to clean out the margins. It only takes 1 piece of glitter in the margin hanging out from under your top coat to break the top coat seal. So make sure you really get in there and clean out those margins. Once I have the excess removed, it's time to start bringing in your design. I'm going to use a striping brush to create a snowflake design. So I'm working some color up into my brush, and I like to make designs that seem like they're coming in off the edge of the nail. So I'm just going to make some small angled lines that are going to be part of my snowflake. I'm just loading up the brush again, and I'm going to come beside those angled lines and make matching lines coming out to the side. Load my brush up and create V's out of those lines. Then to finish that snowflake out that's coming off the side of the nail, we're just going to come in from this side with some little lines as if they were part of their own little V's. You can draw any style of snowflake that you like. These just happen to be a couple of styles that I've figured out over the years and I'm not ridiculously horrible at. Here I've just made 2 V's and then come into the side to create a little asterisk style snowflake. And then I'm going to put little V's on top of him at the end of each line. If you notice your brush starting to drag, make sure you go in and reload it so that you can keep getting your small lines. The trick to using a striping brush is not to use very much pressure and to keep polish or color loaded up the brush instead of trying to use a dot of color at the end of the brush. Now I'm doing a little tiny V in between the lines with a dot in the center of the V to just add a little bit of detail to this snowflake. And then we need some really simple tiny snowflakes just to kind of fill in some space up here. So I'm gonna do a wide X and then draw a line down the center. So literally now we're making little asterisks. And I just like to do a couple of those to kind of fill in some space. And naturally, if you have a snowflake design that you figured out and like better, you can use your own snowflake design. Once that is in place, we're ready to cure that for as long as your product is necessary to cure, so that we can use that top film. Once your color is cured, we can come in with some awesome transfer foil from Lecenté. I'm using the holographic silver and the turquoise. Now start off with the piece of turquoise and just kind of rub it into the design and lift the paper away. And then I'm going to come in with the holographic silver and do the same thing, so that any places the turquoise missed, the silver will fill in, and it gives us a really fun two-tone look to our snowflakes. This design is ready to be top coated. Have the top coat cured and enjoy.